In this video, I'm going to show you the best budget drawing tablet you can get at every price range. No matter your budget, I will help you find the best pick for your needs. Let's go. First, we're going to take a look at the best options in the under $100 range. First, we have the XP-Pen Deco M. This tablet's main selling point is the new X3 Smart Chip stylus, which gives it a really low initial activation force for superfine lines and feels incredibly responsive. It packs 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity and 60 degrees of tilt support into its 8x5-inch active area, and the addition of Bluetooth 5.0 wireless twin clutter desk. While the wireless feature and advanced are fantastic, it does come in with a smaller drawing than the other tablet list. Next, we have the Huion HS611. This one immediately stands out with its unique row of multimedia keys on the top, which let me control my music while drawing, a feature the others simply do not have. This tablet also boasts a large 10 by 6.25-inch drawing area, 8,192 pressure levels, and a programmable touch strip for zooming, which feels more intuitive than the button-only shortcuts on the Deco 1V2. The battery-free pen is very capable, but the overall build feels a bit more plasticky compared to the Deco M, and some users might not need those media controls. Finally, we have the XP-Pen Deco 1V2. This is a classic budget workhorse, and its biggest strength is the massive 10 by 6.25-inch drawing surface that gives you so much room to work with for a very low price. It provides the standard 8,192 pressure levels and 60 degrees of tilt, and its 8 round express keys have little bumps on them, making them easy to find by touch alone. However, this is an older wired-only model, and its stylus technology feels less refined than the new X3 chip in the Deco M, so you might notice a tiny bit more wobble on very slow lines. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $100 to $200 range. First, we have the XP-Pen Artist 12, 2nd gen. The new X3 chip in the pen is the star here, giving it an incredibly low activation force that makes starting a line feel super smooth and natural. I love the slightly larger 11.9-inch laminated screen, which has great color and almost no parallax, but I was a little disappointed that it doesn't come with a stand in the box. It has 8 handy shortcut keys and can connect with a single USB-C cable for a setup, though you might have to buy that cable separately depending on the bundle you get. Next, we have the Huion Kamvas 12. This one is a direct competitor to the XP Pen, featuring a beautiful 11.6-inch fully laminated screen with an impressive 120% sRGB color gamut that really makes your artwork pop. The PW517 pen also feels fantastic with its 60 degrees of tilt support, a very close second to the X3 pen, and unlike the Artist 12, Huion usually includes a very useful adjustable stand. It matches the XP pen with 8 customizable shortcut keys, though I found its included 3-in-1 cable is a bit more cumbersome than the single cable option on the other tablets. Finally, we have the Veikk VK1200. The first thing I noticed was its all-metal body, which feels surprisingly premium for this price, and it has a unique touch bar for zooming that the other two tablets lack. While its screen is also a great fully laminated 11.6-inch panel, you only get 6 shortcut keys, which is 2 fewer than both the Huion and XP pen. The pen itself is very capable with 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, but it doesn't feel quite as advanced as the pens on the other two. However, Veikk generously includes a huge number of replacement nibs right in the box. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $200 to $300 range. First, we have the Huion Kamvas 13. I have to say the drawing experience is fantastic for this price thanks to its fully laminated screen, which means the cursor is right under the pen tip with almost no gap. It packs a vibrant 120% sRGB color gamut on its 13.3-inch display, and the battery-free pen feels very natural with 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity and tilt support. My only small gripe is that while it can connect with a single clean USB-C cable, you'll likely need the bulkier 3-in-1 cable if your computer port isn't powerful enough to drive it alone. Next, we have the XP-Pen Artist 13, 2nd gen. This feels like a direct response to the Kamvas, also featuring a beautiful, fully laminated 13.3-inch screen that really minimizes that annoying parallax. The big deal here is their new X3 chip pen, which has an incredibly low activation force, making the lightest of lines appear instantly, and with a slightly wider color range and an extra shortcut key, it feels very polished. However, it does tend to be the most expensive option of the three, and while the drawing surface is great, some might find its texture slightly different from the paper-like feel of the Huion. Finally, we have the Wacom PD1560. Its main selling point is obvious. You get a much larger 15.6-inch screen for a price that's competitive with the smaller 13-inch tablets we just looked at. But this is an older model, and it comes with some major trade-offs. The screen is not laminated, so there is a visible gap between the glass and the display, which creates a noticeable parallax effect where the cursor lags behind your pen. On top of that, the pen needs to be recharged, which is a bit of a hassle, and it completely lacks the tilt function that is standard on both the Huion and the XP-Pen, making it feel quite dated in comparison. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $300 to $400 range. First, we have the Huion Kamvas 16-2021. I found the fully laminated 15.6-inch screen to be a massive plus, as it gets rid of that annoying gap between the pen tip and the cursor, and the 120% sRGB color gamut makes everything look vibrant. The battery-free pen feels great with its 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, and having 10 customizable shortcut keys on the tablet itself is a huge time saver compared to having none. The only slight drawback is the included 3-in-2 cable, which can be a bit bulky, but for the price, the visual quality you get is fantastic. Next, we have the Wacom One. Straight away, I noticed this is a smaller 13.3-inch display, and because it is not fully laminated, there is a noticeable space between the glass and the screen, which causes some parallax. While it only has 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity, Wacom's pen technology still provides an incredibly refined and reliable drawing experience. Plus, I love that it's compatible with pens from other brands. The biggest thing to get used to is the complete lack of shortcut keys on the device itself, making it feel simpler but less efficient than the Huion or XP-Pen. Finally, we have the XP-Pen Artist 15.6 Pro. What I immediately loved about this one is the red dial, which is perfect for quickly zooming in or changing my brush size, and it sits alongside 8 other useful shortcut keys. The 15.6-inch screen is fully laminated just like the Huion, with excellent 120% sRGB color coverage and 8,192 levels of pressure, so on paper, it is a very close competitor. While it almost always comes with a stand included, which is a great bonus over the others, I felt the pen nib was a tiny bit slippery on the screen's surface, which just comes down to personal preference. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $400 to $600 range. First, we have the Huion Kamvas Pro 16 2.5K. This tablet's high-resolution screen is immediately stunning with its fully laminated glass, making it feel like you are drawing directly on the image with almost no gap between the pen and the cursor. The colors are incredibly vibrant, covering 145% of the sRGB gamut, and the included Pentec 3.0 pen feels very responsive for detailed line work, easily competing with more expensive options. While you get a ton of screen quality for your money, I did find the driver installation required a bit more fiddling than with the Wacom, and the included stand, while welcome, feels a little basic. Next, we have the Wacom Cintiq 16. With this one, you are really paying for that legendary Wacom reliability and the absolutely fantastic Pro Pen 2, which feels like the industry standard for a reason. However, the biggest trade-off here is the screen itself. It is only a 1920 by 1080 resolution and is not laminated, so there is a noticeable gap between the pen tip and the cursor that the other two tablets do not have. The color accuracy is also the weakest of the three, and it is a bit disappointing that you have to buy a stand separately, which adds to the overall cost. Finally, we have the XP-Pen Artist Pro 16 2.5K. This tablet is a direct challenger to the Huion with that same beautiful 2.5K laminated screen, but this one sports a very sleek metal body and a unique physical dial that feels great for zooming or changing brush sizes. The new X3 Elite pen is a huge highlight, feeling incredibly sensitive with a very low initial activation force, which means it picks up even the lightest of lines without any extra effort from me. Choosing between this and the Huion is tough, as they are so similar in screen quality, but while the X3 pen is amazing, some artists might still prefer the more traditional feel of Wacom's pen. and just like the Huion, the drivers might need a little extra attention during setup. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you found this video to be helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future.